Okay, welcome. Today's game is a game by Frank Chadwick. It's from Victory Point Games, and it's called Leuthen, 1757. It's a basic hex encounter game. The footprint is fairly small. The game is fairly standard with your move and combat systems. The game also incorporates important concepts such as morale, facing, that kind of thing. The game components is one 11 by 17 inch map. You get one 8.5 by 11 player aid mat. You get 31 inch by ½ inch rectangular units. You get 23 half-inch square markers. You get 13 Prussian and 12 Austrian tactical cards, and a 20-page rulebook, including the standard and the exclusive. Sequence of play is fairly standard. You have a first player turn consisting of the first player movement phase, and there's the first player discovery phase where you flip over any hidden units that might be in your zone of control. Then we have the first player combat phase, and then we have the first player administrative phase. Administrative phase is basically where you do all of your bookkeeping and upkeep and stuff like that. And then it goes to the next player, who pretty much repeats that same sequence. The game does have facing and zones of control. Let's take this unit for example. Flip it over here. If I can. I'd best just use my fingers. This is a dummy counter. However, to kind of give you a demonstration, as it faces a hex vertex, that means that it is able to move basically and engage in combat. It can move into either of the two front hexes. It can change its facing at will at the beginning of the turn. Thereafter it would pay one of its movement points to change facing again. Each unit has a variable number of movement points it can spend during the turn. Units have to stop when they enter the front hexes of a unit. That's its zone of control. It inhibits movement. The units which face a hex side can attack. They can't move. They have to change facing before they can move by moving to the vertex, or the point where the hexes come together. Movement's fairly conventional. Each unit has a certain movement point allowance. I'll just flip this one up. This unit has a combat strength of 1. It has a morale rating of 5, and it has a movement allowance of 3. The symbol is cavalry, and its superior commander is Natasi, which is indicated by the blue stripe at the top. Put it back into its basically hidden mode. That's pretty much it for the moment. The game only lasts 6 turns. Each unit that routes or is eliminated reduces the overall morale of that formation. You see that right there. Here we have basically the morale track. Each leader is keyed to a formation, and whenever that formation takes a rout or elimination, the morale goes down 1. When it hits the demoralized space, a whole bunch of bad stuff happens. Other than that, I think that's the basics. There's, like I said, route, rally, that type of thing. On Board Game Geek there is another review of this game, and it covers some of the basics in more detail. This video is primarily play-by-play example of how the game works. Okay, to set up the game, we've got the turn marker in the number 1 space in the game turn track, and we will start with the Prussian player turn. We'll place all the Prussian and Austrian corps morale markers, number side up, in the corresponding boxes on the morale track. Then we shuffle the deck of tactical cards. The Prussian player gets 3. Move this over here just a minute. The Prussian player has his 3 cards here. The Austrian player gets 2 cards. This is also the maximum hand size. So the Prussian can always have 3 cards, maximum of 3, and the Austrian player can have a maximum of 2. The pieces are set up as indicated on the map. This little map here, little inset map, if I can get it focused down here. That shows you where the pieces are set up. They're set up on their hidden side, so you can mix the dummy units in with the real units. There is an Austrian restriction where the 3 different corps must be deployed together. That is, one corps must be in the center of the deployment area with all the other corps north and south of them. But you can mix in dummy units as you see fit. Prussian player does not have the same restrictions with regard to deployment. The historical setup, which is how I have the game set up right now, kind of follows this map here on the inside the front cover. There are a lot of the dummies are all known and located, as well as the real units. So there won't be any real surprises, but this is a historical setup, and this is the one that I will be playing. In case you want to pause it and take a gander at the unit counters and the information on them. The cross muskets indicate a, let's see, what do they indicate? Regular infantry, I believe. If it has, just regular infantry. Light infantry is with just 1 musket, and cavalry is with the saber. You'll notice on some units there is a small cannon indicator up here. That means that the unit can provide artillery support to itself or one friendly adjacent unit, either attack or defense. And that's pretty much it for the moment. With that, I think we will start the game.